What's up everyone, Patrick here, welcome back. Moving on to the next example in the Unit 1 Advanced Functions test. So this example is going to be dealing with transformations. We are given the parent function square root of x, and we have to graph this transform function y equals -4 f of 2x plus 6 minus 1. So as usual, I recommend pause the video, try this question yourself, go through the process, see if you remember the whole transformation process. Hopefully you've been watching the lecture videos before doing these tests. You should be fairly comfortable going through this at this point, and see how your answer compares to mine at the end. So what's happening here is we got this parent function, the square root of x, and we are transforming it right here. So notice that this here is given in that general transformation format. And if we were just given this here, we wouldn't know what parent function we're going to be applying this to. But we're told here on the side that f of x equals the square root of x. But this could have also been y equals the absolute value of x, or 1 over x, and then we'd be applying those same transformations. Another way this could have been written is if we take these values and put it within that specific parent function root x, this function would look like, we put the 2x plus 6 under the root, right? We're just plugging in this for x, and then we'd have the minus 1 on the outside. So they could have asked you to graph this, or they could also show the question in this kind of format. Both of those basically mean the same thing, right? So I'm actually going to keep this format right here. I actually prefer it. So all of this I am going to erase. Let's actually take this and bring it up. Now remember the graphing process. First thing we want to do is get the transformation values. Now notice that the k value is not by itself here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to factor out that 2. We'd have x plus 3, and then we'd have a minus 1. Like that. And now we can get the transformation values just in general. Let me write out the general transformation format for a square root function. I've done this in the lecture videos as well. So hopefully you have this written down somewhere for all the different parent functions, this general transformation format. And then it just helps knowing these because now you can just match these up. Well, notice that it's obvious. The a value is -4. The k value is +2. The d value, remember, it's always going to be the opposite sign. So instead of +3, it's like x minus -3. So it's like the d value is -3. And then the c value is -1. I just actually realized that this should have been written as plus c. Like that. I should have kept the general here, right? That's plus c, like that. All right, so we have our transformation values, and now we could take those points and run them through the transformation formula. And if you remember, the transformation formula is x over k plus d, and then ay plus c. Yo, what's up? Quick little intermission here. I wanted to mention a few things and we'll get right back into the video. Number one, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can go to the description box and there's a link that will take you to my website, allthingsmathematics.com, and there you can find all of the videos organized by chapter, by section, and there's also tests that you could try at the end of each unit that have video solutions. Number two, if you feel like you need tutoring at any point, hit me up. I'm tutoring students 7 days a week over Zoom, both high school and university students, one-on-one and in groups. My contact details are on the website. You could text me and we could book a session. And finally, if you feel like you're getting any value from this video, if you could please like the video and subscribe to the channel, hit me up on all my socials. It does help me out a lot. If you feel like any of your friends can benefit, feel free to forward the website to them as well. And back to the video we go. So we're gonna have to take the parent function, the table of the parent function, which in this case is root x. So what's the points we usually use? 0, 1, 4, and 9. 0, 1, 2, and 3. And we're gonna have to transform these through this formula here. Now it's going to be x over k, so it's going to be x over 2 minus 3, and then ay, so the a is -4, -4y plus c, which is -1, like that. Right, so what we're doing is we are taking these x values here from the parent table, putting them through this formula, and then we are taking these y values from the parent table, putting them through that formula. And so if we quickly do this algebra, 0 divided by 2 minus 3, that gives us -3. 1 divided by 2 minus 3, that gives us -2.5. 4 divided by 2 is 2, minus 3 is -1. 9 divided by 2, 4.5, minus 3, that would give us positive 1.5. And then these y values through this, -1, -5, -9, and then -4 times 3 is -12, -1, that gives us -13. And so this is the table that we are now going to be graphing. And so now, if we take these points, let's put them through, or put them on a Cartesian plane here. So let's go up maybe by let's go up by 3. So -3, -6, -9, -12, -15, like that. And then we have, let's go up here by 1s, -1, -2, -3, and then we got, let's say, +1, like that. Usually I know that these are down here and then these are on the left, but because a lot of the points are going to be in this third quadrant, I wanted to create some room over here. So I put them on the opposite sides of where they usually go. So we got -3, -1, that's going to be right here. And notice that that's also going to be the vertex, right? So that's where the function is going to start from, right? Because the original vertex point on the parent function was 0 and 0, and that got transformed to this -3, -1. So that's an important thing to know, that that's going to be the vertex right there, because that's actually going to affect the domain and range. And then we got -2.5, -5, that's like where, like down here, let's say. No, it's like more over here. -1, -9, that's like down here. And then we got 1.5 and -13, that's going to be, let's say, right there. Right, not to scale. This is just a rough graph, but if you were to graph this on graph paper, it would be better. And then it's basically looking like that. Okay, so that ends up being our graph, and then from here we can get what our domain is going to be, and then what our range is going to be. Remember, for an absolute value, or a square root function, the domain and the range are going to be restricted. So notice in this case it's going to be XER. All the x values have to be greater than or equal to -3, right? The x value of this vertex is going to be all these x values here. And then the range, it's going to be YER, and it's going to be all the y values that are going to be less than -1, right? Because the function is going down. It was reflected in the x-axis because of that -4. So it's going to be y is less than or equal to -1. And that ends up being the final answer. That's your graph, that's your domain and range. And that is the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you want to find more videos like this, you can go to my website, allthingsmathematics.com. Over there, all my courses are organized for both high school and university. All the videos are organized by chapter. Also, if you have any questions, you can hit me up. My contact details are also on the website. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.